Hello everybody, and welcome to today's video. My name is Bella, and I'm gonna be choosing my TBR from actually 2 TBR jars, because all of the books and prompts that I have with Herkia 3.0 don't even fit into one jar now. This is gonna change hopefully soon. I need to go through a bunch of these, but basically my TBR jars are a combination of prompts and books that are on my radar. I have books from my TBR, from my Goodreads TBR, from my Libby that I have on hold or suspended, and I have all of these books, plus I have like a ton of prompts. Okay? And I really want to work on shortening the TBR, and because of that, I am participating in Herkia 3.0, and what I'm gonna do at the beginning of each TBR this year is I'm gonna be using a Wheel of Fortune with all of the prompts I have not completed, and whatever the wheel chooses, that's what I'm gonna be trying to focus on this month, just like kind of to direct my reading. And if I choose prompts that go along with whatever the Herkia 3 book or like prompt it chose is, we're gonna try to align it as close as possible, but of course it's okay if it doesn't fully align. But I'm going to screen record right now, and I am shuffling, spin. I'm hoping for a shorter one. Okay, food on the cover. I have different books that I have in mind for food on the cover. I'm just going to keep this up until the end of the TBR. So we're just going to be choosing 10 books total and then switching between the 2 different jars. And we're gonna mix. Boom. Ooh, slow burn. I don't know if this is slow burn. So none of the books on the food pyramid part of this fully aligned, but Serpent and the Wings of Night, I'm pretty sure this is a slow burn. I know for sure to Romantasy. Don't judge me for reading a Romantasy. I'm gonna put all of these right here, and that goes right there because that's the pile of summer books that I need to read, or like summer TBR. Serpent and the Wings of Night is going to be my first one. This is by Chris Broadbent, and it basically follows Oriah, who is raised by vampires, but she's not a vampire, but she has to participate in this tournament with vampires, and she has to partner up with her biggest enemy. That is what the Serpent and the Wings of Night is about, basically. And now we're going to switch. Okay. Why isn't it opening up? There we go. Ooh, 5 Feet Apart. This is going to be an audiobook, so I'm putting that right here. 5 Feet Apart. I love the cover, first of all. In this moving story, 2 teens fall in love with one another with just one minor complication. They can't get within 5 feet of one another without risking their lives. Can you love someone you can never touch? Stella Grant likes to be in control, even though her totally out of control lungs have sent her in and out of hospitals most of her life. At this point, what Stella needs to control most is keeping herself away from anyone or anything that might pass along an infection and jeopardize the possibility of a lung transplant, 6 feet apart, no exceptions. The one thing that Will Newman wants to be in control of is getting out of this hospital. He can't care less about the treatments or fancy new clinical drug trial. Soon, he'll turn 18, and then he'll be able to unplug all these machines and actually go see the world, not just hospitals. Will's exactly what Stella needs to stay away from. If he so much as breathes on Stella, he could lose her spot on the transplant list. Either one of them could die. The only way for them to stay alive is to stay apart, but suddenly 6 feet doesn't feel like safety, it feels like punishment. Okay, that is going to be our second book. And then we're switching it up, and I'm mixing it up. This is a prompt, I know it. Because it's orange, all the prompts are orange. Oh, character's name is in the title. Let's see if there's anything that I own. We could go with Trials of Apollo. We could also go with Jane Eyre, Picture of Dorian Gray. I'm just gonna put these guys right here. The Case Book of Sherlock Holmes. George Washington is technically a character name, and I think that's about it. Is this stable? Definitely not. I don't care. Also, the screw tape letter would count. So we have to do the process of elimination. Screw tape letters I really want to read it's by C.S. Lewis, and I want to read it during the summer. George Washington, I want to read it because I just want to get this over with, honestly. Case Book of Sherlock Holmes, I don't think I'm really in the mood for it right now. I think I will be soon, but not quite right now. Jane Eyre, I'm not really in the mood for this at the moment. Maybe like September, I could pick it up. August, September, October. This one, I'm definitely in the mood for. And I know that Sophia might kill me if I don't choose this one, so we'll probably go with this one, honestly. And I'm not quite in the mood for Trials of Apollo. I kind of want like something darker and grittier, but that's still a bit lighter. So we could then roll out the screw tape letters. This is hard. Let's go with George Washington, just in case we get another classic on the TBR. But I'm gonna choose Dorian Gray when I can. But I just don't think that the beginning of the TBR video is quite enough. So we have 3 books picked. I'm gonna go with 10 as always. Again, this is just like kind of a pile of possibilities, but randomly chosen because I just like want something to kind of guide and shape my reading. I don't care if I read all of them. Okay. Oh, this is 2. Let me put 1 back. Oh, The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. I do have to read this for one of her kid prompts. I don't remember exactly what. I've already read it, but I read it more than 5 years ago, or like close to 5 years ago. It was like in 2022. So yeah, like 5 years ago. And it was at the end of the school year. So I'm definitely okay to read The Hunger Games, and I have it on Libby, so I am going to go onto my Libby and unsuspend it. Libby holds. I'm going to unsuspend that. And now we're going back to the Herkyed, and then gonna switch these two up. Shake, shake, shake. That was our fourth book. Ooh, Golden Sun. This is another book that I have to read for Herkyed. I have 2 prompts that I have to read for this, and I have it on Libby, but actually I don't think I'm gonna be able to read it because it's like a couple months wait. So we're gonna set that aside for now, but I'm not gonna be able to actually read it this month, so I'm gonna draw again from this specific jar. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Oh, sorry. The most wonderful crime of the year. You know, there's nothing like a little holidays in July. So I'm going to read, apparently, The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year by, I don't even know the author, but that's okay. It's for one of the Herkyed prompts where I have to have like a pun in the title. I don't remember exactly the prompt though, so that's sad. Shake, 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 shake. Let's go from the bottom. Yeah. Let's go from the bottom. Bro, I didn't even grab anything. I thought I did. I thought I had something. Okay, this is still from the bottom. Okay, this is definitely a prompt. Because I can see the orange. Brown. Okay, brown. Crime in H marked is red. Before the coffee gets cold is like bluish. Love and gelato, no. The teacher, no. Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking, no, because that's purple. So what else do we have with brown on the cover? You know, we can go with my David Livingston book, because this is predominantly decently brown. Could also go with Picture of Crayon Gray. But this fits the prompt more because this is more brown. Okay? So that is our 5th book. We have 5 more to go. Okay. Another orange one, another prompt. "12 hours on audiobook." What do I have on Libby that's suspended that's 12 hours? That's an audiobook. Oh, we could go with This Immortal Heart, which is coming, and that's 12 hours, and it's coming in 2 weeks, so that'll be perfect. So I'm gonna go with, but first off, let me see if any of the Food Pyramid books are 12 hours. Prying and H marked. Oh, I have my Japan Foundation one. No, that's 7 hours. Before the coffee gets cold, probably isn't, but we could still check. No, that's 7 hours. 11 gelato, 10 hours. And then Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking, 9 hours. So, all of those have a bit of, are not quite. So we're gonna go with This Immortal Heart by Jennifer Saint. She is a very famous, like, mythology retelling author, and this is like a retelling of the story of Aphrodite. I don't know much about it. I don't know like what specific part in like the timeline it follows, but this will be interesting. Okay. Oh, I chose two. We're gonna open this one first, and then we're gonna open the other one. Warbreaker. Okay, I could see like from it. Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson. Okay, we're getting some chunky books on the TBR, which isn't bad, I guess. This will be my third Brandon Sanderson, I think. I've read the first two Mistborn books. I'm planning to read Hero of Ages soon, but Mistborn is really good, and I quite like it so far, the series. But this is just a standalone. I know it's not the correct Cosmere reading order, but it's okay. Okay, what is this smaller prompt? Or this smaller book? Iron Gold. I clearly cannot read that because I still haven't gotten through the entire series, you know? So we're gonna put that right over there because we cannot read that one, along with Golden Sun. So that was our sixth book, I think. 1, 2, 3. No, that was our eighth book. Yeah, that was our eighth book. Okay, we're gonna switch these. I think it's time to switch these. Okay, this is probably a prompt. No, it's The Great Gatsby, which I don't own and I have read. I have to read it again for BSD. So we're adding The Great Gatsby onto the TBR. The Great Gatsby is about Jay Gatsby. I don't really know what else to say about it or what it's about or anything like that. But, yeah, I've already read it and it's pretty decent. But I'm gonna be reading it for Bingo Stray Dogs readathon, and that's a really good reason to read it, I guess. We're gonna go with somewhere at the middle. Okay, this one looks promising, I hope. Okay, Trials of Apollo, Book 1. We're already gonna be reading it. Okay, this is about Apollo from Greek mythology, and how many books is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have one more book that we're gonna choose from. Okay, just one more book. Okay, and this is a prompt. I really hope that I can incorporate the food one for Herkiad. It's okay if I don't, but I really want to because I want to get a good head start onto Herkiad. This prompt is a Christian nonfiction. Okay, I don't think I have any Christian nonfiction that I could read for this. We could go with this one, Shape. Or In the Word Came with Power. So if we were to go with Shape, this one is about like how God is constantly affecting you and like shaping you and your decisions in everyday life, I guess. And then In the Word Came with Power I've had for a while, so I think I might go with this one. It's the type of nonfiction that I typically prefer. This is a memoir about this woman who is a translator, I think, like a Bible translator, and this one could be good. So we're gonna go with this one. Unfortunately, none of those books from the food pyramid prompt would have counted, unfortunately. And again, I'm quite sad, but I'm hoping that we could at least get to one during the month. But for a bit of a wrap up, I'm going to be reading 5 Feet Apart, The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year, The Great Gatsby, The Hunger Games, and then Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson, Serpent in the Wings of Night by, I don't know who that's by, David Livingston by Jeanette and Jeff Bench, Trials of Apollo by Rick Riordan, and The Word Came with Power by Joanne Sheffield with Patricia Purvis. So that is a wrap on my TBR for the month of July. It's looking up to be an interesting TBR. I think the physical ones will be challenging, but doable, which is good. We always like to see that. And I'm definitely hoping that the other ones I'll be able to fit in with all my other reading that I'm probably going to do this month. We shall see. But I love you guys, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'm going to have the Hercule 3.0 announcement probably linked down below somewhere. But again, I hope you guys enjoy and have a wonderful day, a wonderful week, a wonderful month, and a wonderful rest of your year. Goodbye.